The shooting athlete community from around the world has gathered in large numbers to vie for honors at one of their apex events, hosted by this magnificent facility in the capital city of India, the Dr. Karni Singh Shooting Range in New Delhi. It's it's spread over 100 acres and boasts of many wonderful ranges. But let's take a look at the city itself, the capital of India. Any number of monuments dating back to 400 years, 1,000 years, and even more. And all of them magnificent architectural examples. This one, the Humayun tomb, the prototype for what was later to become one of the most viewed tournament monuments in the world, the Taj Mahal, and of course lots of others. Plenty of greenery in this capital city as well. Altogether, a fabulous tourist destination. The sundial, built many years ago. And of course, if you do like shopping, there's no dearth of options. Plenty of color, plenty of handicrafts. Of course, retailer's paradise as well. But most of all, a city known for its monuments. Commercial center too. The Connaught Place, right in the middle of New Delhi. Always crowded, although not perhaps in these shots, but refurbished a few years ago. And once again, a center of attention. Well, thanks so much for joining us. You're watching the ISS World Cup Rifle Pistol Shotgun in New Delhi, the Dr. Karni Singh Shooting Range. This is a quick view of our skeet range. We're about to come in with our mixed event, which of course has seen a bit of a change. By the way, you might be seeing a bit of the water being wiped away because we did have a minor rainstorm earlier and the wind is up too. So not ideal conditions we would think, but let's hear more on that from our shooting legend. Once again, delighted to have Gagan Narang here with me. Gagan, the skeet shooters will certainly be a little worried, but here are shots of all the other athletes enjoying themselves at this wonderful facility. I'm sure they'll be very happy to be here in New Delhi.
Thank you, Charu. Yes, we've had a bit of a shower earlier on here in this event. Of course, New Delhi being the venue, beautiful Karni Singh Shooting Range, rebuilt for the 2020 Commonwealth Games, for the brand new hostel. Skeet, of course, this event being a mixed event is also going to, oh, look at that, the wind picking up, 30 degrees, humidity a bit below 39.
I'm not so sure about that figure of 4 meters per second. Looks like a lot more, whatever it is. It's gusting here. And I'm not so sure the skeet athletes are delighted at this prospect, that the tree, the leaves are reflecting what I'm talking about. But sorry, you were saying.
Yes, this event is also going to be a part of the Paris 2024 Olympics. And exciting times for people shooting this event.
Except for today, perhaps. I'm sure all the athletes are a little more than concerned about the wind. Of course, the rain, luckily, has stayed away. Just a quick shower and then out. And a quick look at the qualification process, where, of course, there was a big tie at 140. Only one team at 141 going through to the gold medal match, but the rest had to go through a shoot-off. And this is the equipment they use.
Yes, Charu, the targets are eco-friendly. It's shot by a 12-gauge shotgun. They fly at a speed of about 54 miles per hour at each other, crisscrossing in between and falling at about 68 meters away from each side.
Yeah, just to remind you that it's not only eco-friendly, the targets, but they are 4 inches wide and 1 inch in terms of height. So it's a pretty small disc, the clay pigeon, as we can also call it. And it does fly very quickly. And skeet, of course, has the additional, should we say, complication of the targets moving in opposite directions. So you've got to aim at one from high to low, or low to high, depending on the station, and then quickly move your body and aim at the other. So it's a very difficult combination, if I may say so. And that's why the skeet event has its own charm and magic.
You'll be hearing terms like doubles and reverse doubles very often during the commentary. Doubles means basically the high house has to be shot first and the lower house has to be shot second, and reverse double is the other way around. The lower house has to be shot first and then the high house.
That, of course, is the microphone into which the athletes, well, I'll have to use the word mutter, something close to pull, although, of course, over the years it's assumed many individual avatars. People generally just say, or something like that, but that's okay, as long as the technical official hears the call and releases the birds. Here's a look at the shotguns. Of course, it's over under, so the barrels are above and below rather than side to side. And that's one of the more famous manufacturers, Parazzi.
Pretty high-tech equipment, like it mentioned, like it says on the shotgun. So it's an over and under break barrel shotgun. You break it in between so that the cartridges are put in and then ejected. Ammunition is shot at it's a 70 millimeters in length and 24 grams of charge in it.
Well, let's remind those watching around the world that protocols are still in place, so everyone's wearing masks, except of course the competitors when they're shooting, when they're competing, and otherwise no spectators allowed, just to make sure that we remain as safe as is possible. I think New Delhi did a fantastic job, including the NRAI and the Sports Authority of India, to actually host this event in times of such apprehension. But they've done a very good job, and I'm sure the shooting athletes are more than delighted to be here competing at the highest level.
To my surprise, Charu, quite a bit of countries that have participated here even during the pandemic, and it just shows how desperate they were to get back into competition, especially with the Olympics around the corner.
Well, true, there are still some quota places left, and these top-level competitions assume great importance, not just for the medals at stake here, but for the places that are still going for the Tokyo Olympics, which of course, as we all know, has been postponed from 2020 to 2021. I hear that international spectators may not be allowed in Tokyo. We'll see about that. But of course, all the athletes and their support staff and the local spectators should be enough to ensure that we have another terrific Summer Games.
Getting ready for the competition.
Well, I've got to say that conditions, luckily, have become a little subdued, because just a short while back, about 20 minutes ago, they were pretty rough, what with the rain and high winds. Now, of course, there's a bit of a wind from southwest, I think, and the technical officials just making sure things are all set. So, just a quick word then, Gagan, about the change of format here in the mixed event, where earlier we had finalists, and now we have just a bronze medal shootout and a gold and silver shootout. So it's all added to the excitement, because you can focus on just two teams doing their very best. It's sort of like a match play, one against the other, that's it.
Well, yes, most importantly, everybody is competing for a medal, and that kind of increases the pressure and the intensity of the sport. Unlike we saw the other day how exciting the 10-meter air rifle mixed event was, and it kept us on the nerves and on the edge till the very end, and looking forward for having some great action and competition here as well.
And even though local spectators are not allowed, there are a fair number of should we say local officials, and that always just add to the little bit of advantage that home athlete may have. Coaches for our bronze medal teams in the far distance in the blue shirt, a good friend,
popularly known as Joey, as we call him.
Mancher saying himself a celebrated shooter, and of course the other coach as well for the Qatar team.
Yeah, he was the ex-coach of India, Nuno Falco. Mancher there. Now we see Miraj Khan.
Yeah, well, so lots of local interest. We'll be introducing the bronze medal playoff athletes to you soon, but there is local interest, of course. Qatar featuring there, and India. So India may end up with a bronze. We don't know just yet. And of course, there's an Indian team in the gold-silver match later on as well, competing with Kazakhstan, who are, of course, a very strong shooting nation.
Yes, we are going to be glued to the action today with bronze and the gold medal match, and the Indians participating in them. Jitendra Beniwal, the coach, skeet coach.
Well, a big moment for all, because at stake is a World Cup medal. Never easy to get there. And especially with these new events, I suppose there's additional excitement of being some of the early athletes to be winning a skeet mixed medal. But we can assure you, it's a very exciting, sort of almost like a shoot-off between two teams that have made it to third and fourth position in the qualifiers. There was a shoot-off, by the way, literally, because we had only one team at 141 and three others at 140. So they had a shoot-off to decide who goes into the silver and gold playoff and or match. And the other two teams decided who was going to be third and fourth, or whatever it's worth, to get into the bronze match.
A bit of a show of the birds and clay targets and fouling shots just to warm up the barrel and the muscles.
We talk about Kazakhstan being a shooting powerhouse. So too are some of the Middle East countries. Qatar certainly is, and they've made it here to the bronze match. Along with the UAE, they've got some wonderful shooters. Kuwait too, a big shooting tradition. Yeah, shooting athletes right on top of the world.
Absolutely, one of the best teams.
Okay, so let's just introduce her anyway. Reem Al-Sharshani from Qatar will be partnering Rashid Hamad, who unfortunately did not make a medal, but he did make the final of the individual skeet. Now, of course, we look at the Indian side, Mehraj Ahmad Khan, who will be partnering Parinaz Dhaliwal. And, they finished fourth in that shoot-off. They were also tied at 140. Here's Parinaz. Well, look at the focus there. That's what it's all about. So the gun swinging one side, depending on whether, of course, it's coming from the high or the low station, then quickly swinging to the other. And every once in a while, though, we may actually see that happen here. The birds intersect, and with one shot, both are pierced. And then, of course, the shooters have to reset and do that once again, because only one shot per target is allowed. Oh, yes, that makes a wonderful picture, almost poetic, Gagan.
Absolutely, they're trying to visualize the bird and figuring out how much lead and where to break the bird. Mansher Singh.
Oh, what a veteran. So many international competitions. Okay, here we go. Just about to have the official walk-in. There is a process, some pageantry, as it were, before they're officially introduced to not the spectators here, because there are none, but all the rest of us and those who are waiting. So Joey, good luck, and of course to Ennio as well. Still very cloudy, as you can see in the background, so I wonder what that does to visibility. Normally you'd like a nice clear blue sky, and maybe the orange of the bird shows much better against it. But we're all set for the skeet mixed team bronze medal match. Only two teams will come in and vie for that bronze medal. Both teams were similar or the same in qualifying at 140. And just to remind you, there are two sets of 20 shots that both the teams will have to shoot. Typically in skeet, there are three stations, number 3, 4, and 5, from which they shoot. The first station, number 3, 8 shots apiece. The second station in the middle, 4 shots apiece. And final station, 8 shots as well. So that's 8, 4, 8, 20 in round 1, 20 in round 2. And the maximum number of birds shot wins you a bronze medal. Okay, we're just about ready for the official introductions. The Indians finishing at 4th spot to be introduced first.
Wearing bib number 21, Mehraj Ahmad Khan from India.
Mehraj Ahmad Khan, 45-year-old, world ranking 24, World Cup silver medalist in 2016 Rio, and also an Olympian.
And indicating to the official that we can't really hear you. Let's have a little louder introduction, should we?
Parinaz Dhaliwal from India.
Well, she's very young.
Very young, 19-year-old, world rank 34, best performance, World Cup 7th place in Cairo 2021.
Wearing bib number 1,
from that missed the final.
Hamad Rashid from Qatar.
Rashid Hamad, 33-year-old, world rank 16, won the bronze medal in Cairo in 2021 and Asian Championship gold medal in Jaipur.
Bib number 1, 2.
Reem, just to get it right. And of course their coach, as you said, part of the Indian setup as well earlier. Oh, you might hear the wind picking up once again.
Al-Sharshani Reem
experiencing it out there in
Qatar.
the open.
The referee in charge for this match is Mr. Krishna Kumar from India.
Old friends of yours, no doubt. Mr. Krishna Kumar, the referee in charge.
We've seen them shoot on the range quite often.
The jury member in charge for the final is Mr. Albert Badratanov from Russia.
Mr. Hadrit now, the jury in charge. Just a quick, let's have a prediction here, Gagan. Go for it. Now, both the teams were tied in qualifying at 140, so obviously they're very similar ability. But if home advantage is to make a difference here, then you might favor the Indians. But in just terms of their international standing, their experience, who do you fancy for the bronze?
Well, considering Miraj's performance and form, I think he would be the better off between the Indians, and I think Rashid Hamad from the Qataris would be pulling away for their respective teams.
Well, you named the two men, and yes, they are more experienced. Parinaz certainly at 19, not fabulously experienced, but good enough to partner Mehraj and get into the bronze medal match here. So all the athletes line up one behind the other. It's Qatar that will begin. And for them, Rashid Hamad, who I mentioned earlier, made the final of the individual event along with Alatia. But unfortunately, no medal for him then. Of course, a chance here to remedy that. Well done. Good start. Isn't that something that can give you an enormous amount of confidence? You begin, get both, and then say, all right, I'm sighting it well.
Yes, it does, Charu. And both missed now, so I guess that's not going to be good for the Qataris.
Well, I think I jinxed him. I said, we've gotten both now, lots of confidence, and he goes and misses the next two. So that's Reem now. Shani, she begins very well too. It might be the women who might save the men today. We'll see.
Smoked both the birds. Well, that could be the case.
Well, she's going to walk back and tell Rashid Hamad that's the way to do it. And Parinaz, in the meantime, gets both the birds as well. That's a terrific start for the youngster. And behind her, Mehraj watching very keenly.
Misses one. Miraj earlier on quickly taking a card out of his pocket, getting his leads right. Misses one as well.
Ouch, that will hurt a bit. But Hamad missing two might give a little bit of leeway here for the Indians. If he gets fourth here, they could be tied. And yes, he does.
After the first station, honors are even.
So after the first 8 shots, 6 points apiece.
Each.
And as we expected,
We now proceed
Gagan,
to the
this
fourth
could be
station.
close. Should be close.
Qatar will shoot first.
Yes, it looks like it's going to be a very close event, Charu.
We just saw that puff of pink smoke earlier on, and that's special to the targets normally in the final, but here we'll have to say the bronze medal playoff, they have an extra bit of pink dust put. Oh, he misses again. One of them. I think that pink cloud does add a nice element in terms of viewership, certainly, and even for the shooters, just makes it that much more clear.
Well, they are called flash clays, Charu, and yes, it does make it more spectator friendly. And wow, what amazing shooting by Reem.
Yeah, just about clipped the second one, Reem. One miss for Parinaz again. A little bit of pressure now on Mehraj. You can see it on his face.
It's showing misses one.
Well, the Indians fall back by 1 shot and they move to station number 5, where once again, both the shooters,
Qatar is
both the
leading by
athletes
9 points to
will
India's 8.
have 4 shots apiece, so that's 8 points on the station. He started out really well. Rashid Hamad has a little bit of catching up to do with his teammate Reem, who's done exceedingly well.
Smokes both birds.
Yep, he was spotting the low to high, saw that very well, and then quickly shifted. Had enough time for the high to low in the distance.
Missed one.
Like orange frisbees flying in the distance. Okay, Reem. Oh, misses the first. Well, giving the Indians a little bit of a window of opportunity. 2 more shots. That didn't go too well for the Qatar team. So 8 points or 8 shots on the station. They're 6 behind India. They can actually go 2 up. They have a perfect score.
Applause there for Parinaz. Shooting both. Oh.
Misses both. Whoa. They just seem to fly at a strange trajectory. It's a little unusual to miss both.
Well, yes, actually, both have to intersect in the center of the range. Miraj making it up.
And he's got 2 more to tie at this stage after the first round of 20.
He misses
After
one.
station 4.
And at the end of the first 20 birds, we are
India's 13. Back now to
Qatar
station
at
3,
14 and
where Qatar
India
will shoot
trailing
first.
behind by 1 on 13.
Yeah, I think he just rushed that second shot, the second bird, Mehraj. But let's not be too critical. It's pretty tough still. And they will quickly realign for the second set of 20. So as you can see, Parinaz missing 2 birds in that on that final station. Mehraj 1. And that could have made the difference. They did very well in the 4 shots before that. We're all set for the second round. And it begins well for Rashid Hamad.
And Rashid Hamad gets both the birds.
Well, pretty non-partisan support here. They applaud for that perfect 4 by Rashid Hamad, who, let's remind you, made the final of the individuals heat event for men, but unfortunately finished out of medal reckoning. And this is his opportunity to make up for that and go home with, even if it's just a bronze, it's a medal at the World Cup, and I'm sure he'll be delighted. Ooh, a double hit and then a double miss by Reem. Well, the wind is certainly up, and some of the installations on either side of the range are suffering a bit as the wind picks up, making it much more difficult for these athletes. And Parinaz duly misses one. Does she get both? Oh, she does. Just a clip then. Take a look at the second. Yeah, well done.
He misses one on the second shot. Raj Khan getting an opportunity, gets both, and if he gets the next 2, he will tie the score.
Very important this stage not to fall too far behind, so the pressure continues on the Indians, who are 1 point behind after the first round of 20. And he does get both, so as you can make out from the applause,
Ladies and gentlemen,
all those present here delighted at the fact that the Indians have caught up. If for nothing else, we at least keep a nice tight competition going here for bronze, Gagan.
to shoot station
Yes,
4.
Charu, it's neck and neck between the 2 teams, both not letting go.
Station number 4, the new station. Oh, well done again. Hamad coming into form just when it matters most. Halfway stage of the second and final round of 20.
Reem Sharshani not missing, giving a chance. Gets both the clay targets.
That's the way to do it. So Qatar now in a position to pull away. Plenty of pressure once again on the Indians with that perfect show from station number 4 for Qatar. Well done, Parinaz. And she shows a bit of attitude, flinging the 2 cartridges away.
Murad Khan getting both.
The teams continue to be tied neck and neck at 24
And
points
now
each.
the final
we go to
8
station
shots,
5.
4 apiece from the lady and the gentleman. Oh, well done. Look how he follows it. All very, very close. The 2 teams tied. Qatar 24, India 24. 8 shots to go.
Not missing a single shot on the last station. Hamad continuing with 2.
It must still be rankling him to miss a medal in the individual event. So he's very keen to make sure he takes something home from here.
And he gets all 4.
This is just a terrific finish by the Qatar team. They've been shooting better and better, especially in this last round. It's all down to Reem. A perfect score here will put the Indians under tremendous pressure.
And Reem smoking the targets, putting pressure on the Indians.
This is just brilliant by the Qatar team. A perfect score from the final station. And one miss here at any stage and the Indians will have to settle at 4th position. Qatar, well done. Virtually assuring themselves of a bronze unless we get to a shootout.
Dhaliwal getting both the targets.
I wonder what Joey's feeling here. Well, he can't be biting his nails because he's got a mask on. But this is close and tough.
Oh, she misses.
Yeah, one miss and it's all over, really, because India needed a perfect 8 from here. All the targets needed to be hit. Yet, I suppose you can shoot for pride and ensure that Mehraj shoots a perfect 4 here.
That's not going to be enough today, Charu.
No, it's not. They might lose by a point if that happens. Still, a good show. Close. And well done. So just that one miss by Parizad will ensure that Qatar take bronze. And Joey, what can I say? Well done. No luck today. The Indians finished 4th. Parizad only 19. Will learn from this. Very annoyed with herself, as you can see. But I'm sure Mehraj and the coach will cool her down and say, you will get more opportunities. Well done, Parizad. Of course, Mehraj too. But Qatar take bronze. And just nice to see that high level of competition, despite the conditions, Gagan.
Well, yes, it was a bit of a wet start actually, and the wind was picking up, but in the end, I think the Qataris were absolutely brilliant. I think they also, she's not very happy. And they shot absolutely fantastic, not giving a chance to India, putting pressure, getting all 4 targets in the last few shots, and it was pretty much up to India to kind of match up and go into a tiebreaker, but unfortunately Dhaliwal missing that shot. I think India would have to settle on 4th place.
Well, just to probe through you whether with Qatar finishing 3rd in the qualifying, they had first shot and the Indians were always following. So I suppose if the team shooting first does well, there's double the pressure on the team shooting next, because you know you have to match a certain target. And I wonder if it works, one way or the other or not.
Well, yes, if they are in the lead, yes, you have a certain bit of a pressure. But if you're leading, then the mental makeup is totally different.
Okay, we'll call it a tie. I think the jury is out on whether it's a benefit to shoot first or not. But well done, Qatar. Once again, here's a shot of Mehraj, all concentration. And he did rather well. A couple of misses here and there, but I've got to say the 19-year-old partner, Parinaz, also did reasonably well, but Reem was pretty good, and of course, ultimately it was Rashid Hamad with his experience who made sure that Qatar led the way. And of bronze medal for all his trouble. Missed one, to remind you, in the individual final, but he will go back home with a medal from the ISSF World Cup, New Delhi. Al-Sharshani along with Rashid Hamad made the Qatar team. They finished third thanks to a shootout in the qualifying, and that's how they finished in this bronze medal match as well. Taking the bronze. Nice camaraderie between all the shooting athletes.
Kainan Janai will be shooting in the days to come.
Yep, we've got lots of trap events as well.
Riya Kumari, women's trap team.
Oh, I love the shot in unison. Just,
whoa, she's like...
Visualization is just so important. Not that the birds fly in exactly the line you wish, but it's got to be a quick spot and a turnaround, different direction, and shoot again within, well, less than a second. Oh, that's a magnificent sight, that pink cloud when it bursts. You know, you've done a terrific job.
Just so much focus. She doesn't look very happy.
Not that time, but she showed a bit of attitude when she got 2 out of 2 sometime during the contest and said, well, here we go. Come on, I can do this. Just that one miss from the final station, the final shots, was enough to have India slip to 4. And Qatar, with Rashid Hamad here waving to the crowd, deservedly taking bronze in the mixed skeet event at this ISSF World Cup in New Delhi.
Well, India still having a chance at a medal today with gold medal match between India's Ganemat Seko and bajwa with Kazakhstan.
And we welcome you back to the ISSF World Cup Rifle Pistol Shotgun event at the Dr. Karni Singh Shooting Range. Magnificent 100-acre complex, ranges for everything, for rifle, for pistol, lots of other skeet and trap ranges as well outdoors, which of course are subject to weather changes, as the range here certainly was, with a little bit of rain earlier on, but that's gone away. And conditions a little quieter. We're also in the flight path, so every once in a while you will see that shot. The tents outside the skeet trap ranges, just to make sure that all teams have their own spaces to sit around, get their equipment sorted out and just get their strategy going.
Not to forget, have some chai, popularly known across the world.
Yes, sir, we could use a cup, couldn't we? Of course, you got these golf carts all over, eco-friendly, taking athletes from one point to the other. Our first look at Ganemat Seko. Of course, in the final, we've got the Kazakh team as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our coverage of the ISSF World Cup. You're watching now the mixed team gold medal match in the skeet event. Well, she'll certainly be very happy after an individual bronze in the skeet event earlier on. The Kazakhs were out of the medal, whereas Olga Panarina and Alexander Yashchenko, the two.
Jitendra Beniwal, coach of the Indian team. You can hear the fouling shots going on.
Sighting, fouling, just to make sure you can follow the path. With the Indians finishing on top in qualifying at 141 points in the qualification, they will probably have the privilege of shooting first in the gold-silver shoot-off or medal match. Small shots in qualifying. Sekon and Bajwa. Just to remind you, Sekon's partner here, Angad Singh Bajwa. Makes for a good combination, those two. And Sekon, of course, once again, should be right on top of a game in terms of confidence after winning that bronze in the individual event. Ah, wonderful shot. I love that.
Following the flight path of the target.
That's on Sekhon's pouch, the cartridge pouch.
Pins from across the world.
Did you collect any?
Oh, many. We exchange them when we go to the Olympics with other countries.
Do you display them somewhere on your equipment or elsewhere?
On the bag or on the cap, or just go back home and put it up in our medal cabinet.
Yeah, pin exchange is a big thing. Some people love to display them, some just generally loose. But here's the walk-in, and you are watching the gold-silver match in the skeet mixed event.
Minutes. Please first welcome our athletes.
As we have mentioned, this is a change of format. In the finals, we don't have 6 teams. It used to be we just have 4 teams. One set of 2 fighting for bronze, which has just been settled. And the other set of 2 teams fighting for gold and silver. It's just 1 against 1.
2021
and it gets to be
New
really
Delhi,
exciting. So here are the introductions.
Wearing bib number
Alexander Yashchenko
1-2.
leading the Kazakh
Alexander
effort.
from Kazakhstan.
Nice confident wave at the crowd.
Wearing
And his partner, Olga
bib
Panorina.
number 2.
Wow, she's 51
Panorina
nearly.
Olga
And I
from
have made much
Kazakhstan.
about the fact that you can be a top-level competitor in the sport till a very late age. And Panorina
Wearing
showing
bib number
just that here today.
Bajwa Angad Veer Singh from India.
Angad Bajwa, 25-year-old,
Wearing
Asian
bib number
Championship gold
1-2.
medalist. And here we have Ganemat Sekho, fresh
Ganemat
from her
Sekhon from
victory
India.
the other day. 20-year-old Junior World Cup bronze medalist. Jitinder Beniwal, the coach.
The referee in charge of the match will be Mr. Hemraj from India.
Also an ex-athlete.
And Krishna Kumar, the referee in charge. But you mentioned junior.
The jury in charge for the
World
match
bronze
will be
medalist.
Mr. Albert.
But more importantly for me
Petratinov
now,
from Russia.
in terms of confidence, her current success, the bronze medalist of the ISSF World Cup
The test
2021
firing
New
and the
Delhi. How
showing of
about that?
targets
Just a
has
couple of
been
days ago.
completed. We will
Well,
now start the
it does
match.
the world of good to your confidence, actually, coming fresh from a victory. Of course, we're going to see her body language in this competition as well.
Well, a post-match discussion by Parinaz about what could have happened, missing out on bronze by just 1 target. So here's confirmation, the mixed team.
That's Angad Veer Bajwa and Ganemat Sekho for India, and Olga Panorina and Alexander Yashchenko for Kazakhstan. India gets to go first.
Courtesy the fact that they finished right on top in the qualifying at 141. Remember, 2 rounds of 20 shots. And here we go.
Angad Bajwa off to a good start.
Look at that.
Both the targets.
Aggressive self-confidence on his face from whatever little we can make out through body language.
He's the fastest athlete I've seen. The fastest finger, I would say, you know, quick gun, Murugan.
Quick gun, Angad. Okay, down to our individual bronze medalist now. Ganemat Sekho. Can she follow what Angad has done to begin with? Yes, 2 more to go from station 3.
Oh, she's just going to get 3 targets in this round.
Well, missed the second target, which flew away quite rapidly in the distance. Alone, forlorn, unshot. Olga to shoot first. Panorina, all of 50 years old. But not such a bright start, missing 1.
Smoking both.
So 3 pink clouds for Olga Panorina. Missing 1, and it's up to Alexander Yashchenko to see whether he can keep pace. He needs 4 points here to match the Indians. He does well to begin with. Just a little malfunction happens, so he will reset. And I've said this before, but I'll ask you again, Gagan. The athletes are used to this. They can sort of refocus quickly enough.
Yes, they are. Sometimes the target breaks before it is launched. So that's a no target again. The referee asking.
Okay, they were all set again. So 2 targets malfunctioning. Just make sure that he has the cartridges all set, and we wait for the call.
Aye.
Well done, despite that double delay.
After station 3 on
Yashchenko, perfect.
both teams have scored
And that
7
will
points
ensure
each.
that the 2 teams fighting for gold and silver go at an even 7 onto the middle station, number 4. Now, this is a tough station. High to low first. Well done. Well, your fastest fingers are on the job, Gagan.
Yes, he has quite an amazing set of reflexes there.
Oh, Sekon once again missing 1. So India fall behind just by a bit, and Olga Panarina will have to use all her experience to ensure that this window of opportunity is utilized by shooting both the targets.
What?
And she does. So the Kazakhs have the opportunity of taking an early lead if Alexander Yashchenko should get both. Not so sure what the problem there was. Oh, perhaps the airplane. Yeah, there's an airplane going overhead. And Yashchenko said, well, listen, that's bothering me, so I'm going to step back. And of course, the referee allowed him to do so.
Aye.
Well done. And the Kazakhs take the
After
lead by
station
1.
4, Kazakhstan have gained a lead by 1 point at 11 points to India's 10.
Angad, of course, would be a little upset at not making the individual skeet final. I wonder if you had a chat with him about his frustration there, which, of course, he can now recover through by getting at least a medal here, silver, but I'm sure they're looking for gold.
Yes, Charu, I haven't had a chat with him, but looks like India is gunning for gold. Yes, they are.
They're gunning for glory as well. Gagan, of course, runs some wonderful academies around the country. Gun for glory. Oh, Sekon not on mark today, misses yet another.
Looks like she's having a bit of a trouble with her second target. It was the 2 low houses first, and now the second target from the high house.
This time she missed the first. So,
I think
Well,
she has to
something-
get her timing right.
yeah, something there to think about as she comes back to relax a bit before they start off on their second set of 20. But this is a huge advantage for the Kazakhs.
What?
Olga not giving them a chance, smoking both the targets.
What?
Not quite what she'd like. She missed 1.
Yeah, but I can't see Yashchenko. That's 1, and then you can see the plane overhead missing the second. And now Alexander Yashchenko, if he gets all 4, they'll take a 2-point lead.
Aye.
A bit slow on the second shot. He misses the second target.
This will ensure that the Indians don't fall too far behind. But if he gets the next 2, still a 1-point lead for the Kazakhs
Aye.
in the offing.
And He misses
With
one.
Kazakhstan having
India
dropped
and
2
Kazakhstan
shots,
are going to be tied
the scores
with
are now
16
level at
apiece.
16 each.
Well, that's quite
Go
incredible
back to
because he shot
station
really well
3.
before that. Gets the first one here. Just a minor delay in sighting the second, and that sails away untroubled. He'll be very disappointed because the Kazakhs here had an opportunity to go maybe 2-3 up. A reminder of the end of the first set, because he plenty of red in the final station, and even as we speak, Angad, Mr. Fastest Finger, gets both the targets, does very well. This is the second round, ladies and gentlemen. 20 shots again, and the Indians have started well through Angad, who has been in very good form, looking very tough. It has to happen when I say that, isn't it? It's all the commentators tell us. Misses one.
Seiko not missing any. And she's making up for her earlier losses, getting all 4 targets.
Well, the ladies to the rescue now. Seiko did not have a particularly good first set of 20. But this is a perfect start for her, and she'll be delighted because she does need to come and support Angad, who shot very well in that first set of 20. Panarina now. This is one.
And it's the aircraft again.
So earlier, Yashchenko says, I'm going to wait. And there it is again. So just a hint of distraction because the aircraft moving in a certain direction. Your eyes subconsciously tend to follow the aircraft. So she did very well. Uses the experience to step back and say, I'm going to wait till I have a clear sky.
What?
Well, one more miss. So suddenly things turning towards the Indians, but this is still early in the second set. Remember, gold and silver at stake.
Aye.
Again, just a hint of hesitation. The wind's again picked up, and sometimes, of course, the wind swirls a bit, and much as you might try and allow for it, a little bit of change in the wind direction can just move the target off path.
Yes, Charu. In fact, if the wind's blowing from either direction, one bird's going to be fast and the other bird might just be slow because the wind's going into the bird, the target. So
the lead to 3 points, having scored
Alexander
23,
missing the second
and
target.
Kazakhstan at
The
20.
second target, by the way, from this
To station
station
4
was
now.
moving with the wind, so perhaps it went a lot faster than Yashchenko anticipated. It was flying away, and thus the miss. So now the Indians with a distinct advantage at the halfway stage. 2 shots apiece here. Long middle station, and Angad does very well again.
Just shows the kind of confidence he exhibits with that fast shooting.
I think Sekhon is taken a bit by surprise there. Wasn't quite ready, even though she did command. And the target flew out. She missed the first, got the second. But off camera, she can still afford a smile. So they know they're a shade ahead, the Indians. Well done, Olga. There's Panarina getting both from the middle station. Tough station, this. And now with his confidence a shade shaken, Alexander Yashchenko needs to get both.
Aye.
That was an
station
important
4,
double.
India's
Afford a
lead
private
is
smile
down
to
to 2
himself. Did
points
very well.
at 26.
And as that moved
followed
away,
by
he sighted it and
Kazakhstan
got the
at
second.
24. We go to the final station now.
Final 8 shots apiece. Well, 8 shots a team, 4 each. So this is what it all boils down to now. The final set of shots for gold and silver. Good start by Angad again.
That was a reverse double, getting the low house target first and the high house target next. Now it will be a double, the high house target first. And he gets them both.
This is just a fantastic start from the final station. Big smile by Angad as he walks back, because this would have given Sekhon a little bit of heart here, knowing that even if she misses one, she'll be okay. But of course, she doesn't want to. Well done. Great start by Sekhon as well at the business end.
Last two targets. She misses one, but India is going to pull away with 33.
Well, the difference is 9, and you've got only 8 shots here. So I'm afraid the goal seems to be settled, because 8 points will still give you 32.
Applause already for India.
Which is why there's some early applause here. Well done, Team India, but the Kazakhstan's shooting for pride. All athletes tend to do that. And she misses one. So the distance grows between Kazakhstan and India for a while. Of course, at the end of the first, it was tied, wasn't it? So this has been terrific.
Yes, it was. In fact, they had a bit of a shaky start, but I think at the end, oh, she misses one.
Well, this is rapidly falling away for Kazakhstan, and Olga Panorina comes back, waves to the crowd, admitting that, well, all right, we didn't quite shoot gold, but we'll probably take silver and be happy. Yashchenko for pride. Final 2 targets to get to 30, but that still will be 3 behind India. Misses one, so an imperfect finish for the Kazakhs. Well, a wry grimace there for Yashchenko, and the Indians delighted with another goal here at the ISS of World Cup, New Delhi. Gagan, terrific performance.
Superb shooting, that's some superb shooting. Angad, Bajwa going into it, very fast shooting, followed by Ganemat Sekhon. She was absolutely brilliant. I think Indians going to be very happy with that performance. The targets were a bit erratic, moving with the wind, but I think they improvised on it and kind of got them at every shot.
I think we would make special mention of the conditions, not ideal, little blustery, the wind coming in from largely the southwest, but every once in a while changing. And of course, earlier there was some rain and conditions still overcast, not making it ideal for visibility. But all that notwithstanding, the Indians shot just a little better at their home range, and the Kazakhs wilting towards the end, but still taking silver. So a happy memory, a medal of any color really is a happy memory, Gagan, at a major event. The Indians well done. Sekhon with a double here, a bronze in the individual and a gold in the mixed event. She will be a very happy young lady.
India in the center. Yes.
Well, I think India is going to be on top of the medal rankings overall, looks like, with the kind of medals that they won yesterday and now today with the gold here as well, because you have more weightage to the gold. And the confirmations, India on #1 with gold medal, Kazakhstan falling behind with silver, and Qatar falling behind Kazakhstan with the bronze. And a white smile there by the Indians, Angad Bajwa and Ganemat Sekhon.
The bronze medal won by Qatar.
So the official announcement of the bronze going to Qatar. Of course, they beat another Indian pair earlier on.
Won by Kazakhstan, team 1.
Qatar taking bronze, getting the better of
And the
Parina
gold medal
Paliwar and
won
Mairaj
by
Ahmad
India,
Khan.
team 1.
Kazakhstan the silver, Olga Panorina and Alexander Yashchenko. And now to step forward and offer appreciation to the home crowd. Not that there are spectators here. But here we are with the gold medal. Ganemat Sekhon and Angad Veer Singh Bajwa. Well done. That brings an official end to our mixed skeet contest. And I'm sure even at the Olympics and hereafter, Gagan, this is going to be a very popular event, the mixed
Well,
final.
yes, we have plenty of time to work on this. This event is, of course, will be on the Paris 2024 Olympics, so plenty of time for the shooters to get used to this.
A lovely bright smile by Ganemat Sekhon there, and well, she might, with a bronze in the individual, a gold in the mixed, and Angad Veer maybe a little less prone to smiling. He has a shy smile on his face, but well done indeed. Just a reminder of how it all unfolded some time back as they walked into the arena. This is for gold and silver. Both the teams started well enough. At the end of the first round, they were, what, 16 targets apiece. And And after a little bit of up and down, but in the second, the Indians started well and continued to do well as the Kazakhs folded just a shade. I'm sure they'll go back and wonder what was the problem. Maybe conditions, of course, they were equal for both the teams. So no real advantage there, Gagan.
Well, that's one of the best parts about the sport. The conditions, that's a rule actually. The conditions have to be similar for everyone. If it rains, then it's raining for everyone. If it's windy, then it's windy for everyone.
Station now.
Well, in a sense, of course, they'll all be very relieved and delighted that the rain went away after a short, sharp shower. And although conditions remained a little more humid and certainly overcast, but there was no more rain. So we had a dry set of conditions for this gold-silver shootout and earlier for the bronze as well. And happy pictures at the end for the medalists. So thanks so much for joining us. The Kazakh team will go back and reset and try and do a little better. Wonderful to see a 50-year-old shooter in the gold-silver match, Olga Panarina, and compared to her, a 20-year-old from India, Ganimat Sekhon. So Sekhon with the double. Angad Singh shot very well today. And from all of us, we do hope you enjoyed this mixed skeet final. Qatar taking bronze, Kazakh taking the silver, Kazakhstan that is, and the Indians, the home team, taking gold once again, as they have over many events earlier in this ISSF World Cup. Thank you so much for joining us from wherever you're watching around the world. On behalf of Gagan Narang and myself, Charu Sharma, it's goodbye for now.